disrespect me. Now, my comrade, he got heated up and I sent him off. But it don't matter what you say to me, right? You're not going to get me out of character because what I stand for means more to me than anything you can say. That's what that's supposed to mean to you.
In January 2026, a viral video emerged from Philadelphia, showing members of a modern organization identifying as the Black Panther Party for self-defense confronting and coaching police officers. Activists in the video engaged with officers, including white officers, to lecture them on their constitutional duties and the history of policing. This included references to the origins of American law enforcement and slave patrols and the historical enslavement of African Americans. The group exercised their Second Amendment rights by legally carrying firearms, while observing police activity to ensure accountability.
People get you out of your character to you disrespecting the thing you say you stand for. And the reality of the matter is the slave owners, the 13 colonies, all look like you, and all the slaves look like him. And that's the point that he was making. See what I'm saying? And that's the truth. That's irrefutable. And that badge, the origin of it is slave catcher patrol. And them, the origin of black people being slave catchers was Master would come to the slave and he would say, look, if you help me retrieve my property, I won't touch your wife, I won't touch your daughter, you get a little shack at the end of the plantation. You help me catch my property. And the property you was helping catch was other black people. Because the slave owners thought you had instincts that would help them catch your own people. So that's what he's telling him. He's telling him that what he's wearing, the origin of what he's wearing, is the slavers hiring him to help catch other people like him. Now it don't apply. No ICE agent ever run up on me. I guarantee you that when I put a hole in their chest the size of a window, safe fly and repair, safe fly and replace, that's what's gonna happen. They touch me. Our woman was killed by ICE. If you think you about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, fuck around and find out. The Black Panther Party for self-defense, we're the same Panther Party from back in the day, but we're a little more aggressive now. You did carry bigger guns and we don't take no shit. Places where there are a lot of immigrants at, I think that the community around them needs to take special care of them and needs to start escorting them to and from everywhere to make sure that they're safe. Because ICE agents ain't gonna act like that if it's a bunch of people standing outside with assault rifles and shotguns. It's a semi-automatic shotgun. That means if shotgun shells shoot out of a pump, it shoots them rapidly.
So the crisis actors are out, family. Again, the crisis actors are coming out. They see that we're not coming out. They see we're not protesting. They see we staying home. Black Americans staying home. They're minding their business. So what they're going to do is have the crisis actor or cosplayers come and use our plight, our Black Panther plight, to come and cosplay as us. This is how badly they want us to go out there, right? And so not only are they using that plight, they doing everything that's against the Black Panthers. This is nothing like the Black Panthers of the old. Members of the original Black Panther Party have long insisted that the newer party is illegitimate, with many declaring there is no new Black Panther Party. The original Panthers, founded in 1960 by Huey Newton and Bobby Seale, dissolved in 1982. The quote-unquote new Black Panther Party, allegedly, again, this is not just saying alleged, founded in the 1990s, the NBPP has been widely criticized as a separate extremist organization, with the Southern Poverty Law Center and other organizations designated as an age group. Original Panthers argue that the NBPP has discarded their original, the original ideology, right? Original BPP in America. The original Black Panther Party was a revolutionary organization that sought to change American society fundamentally rather than
Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone and root well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel broad, lift up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Ma'akia Mahaloya, coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. Titled, This is Foolishness. This is Foolishness. As videos I was presenting before you was of the alleged resurfacing of the Black Panther Party, which was founded by Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale around the time of the civil rights era. I want to say mainly around 1965, which the civil rights took place like in the 50s. But you had the Black Panther Party at that time that allegedly stood up for black oppression because of the injustice that Jake was receiving from the hands of these devils, man. But what they don't understand is that the Black Panther Party just like the Nation of Islam, they were all funded by Edomite conglomerates, meaning like you got the ADL, you got the Saudi Poverty Law Center, okay, you got the FBI, CIA. All these things were funded for the most part by government entities, man. And I definitely know the Nation of Islam was definitely funded by Esau. All right,
Simply separated from it. They
even among the Black Panther Party, you had sellouts. Okay, they showed you that movie in Judas and the Black Messiah. You had a guy by the name of Fred Hampton, and then I forgot his sidekick name, but he basically sold them out. And they were infiltrated, just like all these so-called movements are all infiltrated, man. So what we're witnessing here is just like Jake said, and you know, it's the spirit, because brothers have been saying that for the longest, that they're going to use crisis actors in order to incite a civil war. Because see, the target is really Jake. You know, Esau was involved because allegedly some white woman, Renee Good, got her head blown off by an ICE agent, which is sparking tension throughout the country among Esau, because we know that Esau is gonna get shit cracking, because that's just in his nature. Okay, Esau ain't having nobody to come and take his guns, which there's rumor that ICE may do gun confiscation, which that's a completely overreach. I don't know how successful they're gonna be with that, because one thing about, if you know Esau is not gonna give his guns up. If that means the death of him, he's not gonna do it. You Jakes, on the other hand, you ain't gonna do shit. Okay, and another thing is, this is really not your fight when it comes to this whole constitutional takeover and them rolling on that ain't your fight. But in retrospect, you are the target, and this is why they got the so-called resurfacing of the Black Panther Party, which they've been around for some time. You got the Black Guerrilla Unit, which is down in Arizona and Texas, you know, different black militias like that believe in, you know, their Second Amendment rights to be armed and protect themselves. They believe in castle doctrine and all this other stuff. But this is all to incite tension among the nation, because Esau needs a civil war so he can be justified on the next step of his new world order. So this is prophecy at the end of the day. You know, because he said it. He said they need crisis actors. Now, when you go into that movie, The First Purge, when they was on Staten Island, there was mainly Judah and Ephraim, mainly Judah. What happened when Jake wasn't purging? They had to send crisis actors, where they send military men into this island disguised as gang members in order to get shit cracking. You know? So it's looking like the same ordeal here, because for one thing, there was a video of one of these alleged Black Panther movements guys. He was just talking grimy as hell to the cops, man. And you know, that's what that ain't right, because I mean, according to the Constitution, you have a freedom of speech, you have the right to bear arms. I mean, they're not committing any crimes at the end of the day, but see what they're doing? They're trying to rouse Jake up, man. All right, and this is Yahweh Bashim Shai's way of rousing you Jakes up, because you got to get roused up one way or another, because ICE is after you. Okay, but see, Esau shot himself in the foot, because when they blew that white woman away, that just got the common cracker mad. Now that got the right wing Edomite and the left wing Edomite mad, because remember, the left wing, they believed in total confiscation. They believed in gun control. They believed in, you know, protecting the children and all this other stuff. They believe in pedos. Now all of a sudden you got the left hand, or the left wing, basically stating, look, we need to be out here armed. So they're setting up psychological operations to get people to revolt and to turn up against the government, because this is what they want. This is why Trump wants so desperately to invoke the Insurrection Act of 1870 or 1865, I'm not mistaken. Regardless of it, he wants to invoke the Insurrection Act to be justified on putting you people down, because it's going to be a bloodbath out here real soon. You know, and remember where you heard it from first. The men of the Lord, the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Shai, starting with the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone on down. You heard it here first. All right, not all these Johnny come latelys with these different podcasts and everybody's a prophet now. No, man. All right, so I'm gonna play a little bit more of the video, and I'll get another video and we get a couple of precepts. So bear with me.
Control and their 10-point program demanded decent housing, education, and the end to police brutality, often focusing on the right of Black Americans as residents of the United States. So this was us centralizing on ourselves. They're not going out there for no other group, especially for no white, respectfully, for no white teen woman that got, right? So what are they doing over there? But let's keep it going. The distinction between the original 1960s era Black Panther Party and the new Black Panther Party is a point of contention often highlighted by surviving original members who maintain that the two organizations had completely different ideologies and goals. Of course, there's links to this film.
Yeah, because as he mentioned, the Panthers of the 65, they wasn't really inciting violence, but Esau still labeled them as extremists. So what we were looking at now is just basically Esau 414, call out about you know I'm shy. Basically what we're looking at is Esau basically putting the battery in their back, so to speak, to incite this violence, man. Because like I said, Jake, they're docile and they would never revolt no matter what. But the Lord is getting ready to spark tensions because more stage events, more AI, more deep fakes, you know, more tyranny is gonna be the forefront and the actual norm, to the point you Jake's gonna be backed into a corner. You're gonna have to fight.
But I don't have time to click the links. I know this is AI over, but there's links to this. My point is, these people are not Black Americans. These people, I don't know who these people are. I don't know who this new Black Panther Party is. It's got nothing to do with the original Black Panther. Everything they're doing is against the Black Panther Party family. This is the symptoms of COINTELPRO. If you look at COINTELPRO, I want y'all to study COINTELPRO in every group. If they want to be silly and go out there because Somali's frauded, and then we got a white teen woman that want to go travel miles away and mind the Somali business, it get pew-pewed in the face, and then they want to go and protest for her, that's on them. We minding our Black American business. That's it. If y'all understand the psychological warfare, family, and how people trying to get you out there so
but you
bad.
know what, man? You niggas, man, are just fucking weak, bro, at the end of the day. Because, like, as much wickedness Esau's done to you, you still ain't revolt. But the Most High got a way of hitting buttons, and the Lord knows how to ruffle the feathers of you jakes. All right, when they take that food and they take that EBT from you for good, all right, and they start taking your little goodies and your chicken and shit, and when the famine comes, that's when you niggas gonna wake up. Because no matter how many jakes they blow away, you would never rise up against this system because you just that damn, you that docile, man. You know, Esau is gonna be the one that set this civil war up, and what's gonna provoke you jakes is when they start coming after you. Esau gonna get it cracking. He's already getting it cracking now, man.
How the immigrant class trying to get you out there so bad, how COINTELPRO trying to get you out there so bad, how everybody trying to get you out there so bad, even to the point where now they're utilizing psychological warfare, using our plight, our Black American plight, our Black Panthers plight to make you go out there and feel like you. Y'all better straighten up, family, and don't let these people trick you out.
That's enough of that.
The Black Panthers did have non-Black members that were in their rank.
The title of your organization is
The Black.
No ICE agent ever run up on me. I guarantee you they won't.
Another one.
Treat everybody with courtesy and respect. It doesn't say as long as they don't disrespect me. Now, my
And he's basically cursing the cop out.
Hey, listen, check this out. You know,
So I just seen another.
It was one when he was cursing the cop out. I don't know if this is it. Nah. But there's one when he was going in on a cop. This dude here.
So the ICE was hopping on the people over here. Over at the Brazilian bakery and over here in the neighborhoods. Now, yeah, we came out here and we see like them Sprinter vans parked and all these blacked out vehicles parked. But it's like maybe they're in their hotels getting some sleep or something. Or
He
maybe
may be a cop his damn self, man, all right? But anyway, let's go here. All right, because this ain't got, you jakes are silly as hell. This is the book of Proverbs 26 and 17. It says, he that passeth by and meddle with the strife belongeth not to him.
However,
it's like one that taketh a dog by the ears.
Test run. It's the pilot run.
Like, the hell? Salaki, let me read that again. This is the book of Proverbs 26 and 17. It says, he that passeth by and meddleth with strife belongeth not to him. It's like one that taketh a dog by the ears. Yeah, this is like if you go inside of a lock cage and you start messing with the neighbor's pit bull or Rottweiler and he just tear you to shreds. Like, it's not nothing to do with you, mind your business. But at the same time, you jakes are the primary target. But see, what they're doing is trying to incite violence among you, and they're trying to get you to react so they can be justified on putting you down. You know? Let's go here to Genesis 49, because you jakes is getting ready to rouse up, man. All right, because you ain't gonna have no choice, because the Lord is getting ready to put the Spirit on you to do so. So this is the book of Genesis 49, and I'm gonna start at verses 8. It says, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Because when you go into the word Judah, it goes into the Hebrew word Yahweh, which means the praises of the Lord, or Yahweh thanks. It says, thy hand should be in the neck of thy enemies, which the main enemy of the so-called black man is a so-called white man and a black woman. Okay, so you black women getting ready to get caught up in this finagle of judgment too, man, because you support this system with everything you got, and you support the destruction of the so-called black man. You support Jake getting unalived by his oppressors. You support it. There was a podcast when a bunch of these black women was like, we want black men to disappear, and they mean that, all because black men are leaving them for white women. It says, thy hand should be in the neck of thy enemies, thy father's children shall bow down before thee. And when Judah get roused up, that's when all the other tribes are going to follow suit. And we're coming into that time. It says, Judah is a lion's whoa. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down and couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Okay, and this is what the Lord is doing. He's setting up these crises out, because at the end of the day, yeah, you could say Esau's behind it, but Esau is a puppet, which proves that the whole thing is scripted, because even the scriptures is a script that's being played out on the earth, and Esau was playing out this crisis actors through his script for his new world order. But the Lord is in control of everything, man. So the Lord is using this devil to set up crisis actors to push you jakes into this coming civil war, because really the target is you. Okay, watch the Purge movies. All the Purge movies, especially the last two that came out, they were all targeting Israelites, man. The first Purge was targeting Judah and Ephraim. The Forever Purge was targeting Issachar and just the Northern Kingdom in general, called the Forever Purge. So bad to the point they had to flee to Mexico, man, because the whole country was just up and riding. The movie Civil War came out roughly over a little year ago, and you had the right wing, you had California and Texas, you know, people are getting ready to gear up arms, man. They've had enough, and it's all being incited by crisis actors, man, or what you call paid agitators. I saw an arsonist in one of the protests that he was burning a flag, and he was trying to get people to rouse up because he had that damn mask on, and people was looking at him like, dude, we see you coming a mile away. We know what you about. We know that you are a paid agitator. So he was burning a flag and jumping up and down and all this other shit, and the people were just looking at him like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. We know what you're trying to do. So you government officials, you being caught. The scriptures say, how is Esau being found out? You being exposed, man. That's why I said that heaven should declare your iniquity, bro. Because everybody everybody got cell phones now. Everybody's recording. Everybody sees the wickedness you coming with. You know. Hold on, let me park real quick, brother Salakia. Let me back this thing up real quick. It says, Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? And the question is, the Lord is going to rouse him up through taking certain things from you. And basically, what's going to get you to react is because they're going to swarm in on you. Regardless if you react or not, Esau is going to come for you, man. He's going to come for you, and you ain't going to have a choice but to fight back. And that's what they want. So regardless of it, you sit there and play turtle, you screwed. You do something, you screwed either way. All right, because it's time for you jakes to recognize what time you in, man. All right, but this fight has nothing to do with the men of the Lord. We gonna sit back and spectate, and we gonna praise the Lord, because this is what Yahweh Shai said. Because this is really not our fight. This is the book of John 18, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses 31, and it says, "Then said Pilate unto them, Take ye him and judge him according to your law. It says, the Jews said unto him, It is not lawful for us to put any man to death, that the saying of Yahweh Shai may be fulfilled, which he spake, signifying what death he should die. He got the worst death of all, because when you get crucified, that's the death of a male. That's the death of a treasonous man. Okay, Romans were not eligible to get the death penalty of a crucifixion. That's the lowest type of death you can get, the worst, because you're insurrectionist, you're treasonous, you're a murderer. That's the capital punishment in the Roman Empire at that time. You know, But it reads here, then Pilate entered into the judgment hall again and called Yahushua and said unto him, Art thou the king of the Jews? And Yahushua answered him, saying, Thou this thing of myself, or did others tell it of thee of me? Then Pilate answered, Am I a Jew? Thy own nation and chief priests have delivered thee unto me. What hast thou done? So he was questioning Yahushua like, man, what did you do for them to want to kill you so bad? You know? And this is how Esau going to come gunning for the prophets. And Yahushua answered, My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then will my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence. You see? So this ain't our fight, man. Okay, this has nothing to do with us. This is the battle of the 2/3 and the heathens. And really, it ain't Jake's fight in general, but you Jakes are the target. You know, so yeah, we coming into them times, man. Civil unrest. And we see this devil coming a mile away. As the scriptures say in 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. So this is just another device of Satan. You know, he's planning the next step, so to speak. You know, he's putting the dangle in the carrot before Jake, so Jake can go for the carrot, which is going to end in their feet. You know? Damn, what precept was I finna get? Oh, Psalm 64. Psalm 64, and I'm going to start at verses 3. It says, who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Yeah, you know, they call Yahushua a malefactor, blasphemer, everything. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect, which is the Israelites. Suddenly they do shoot at him and fear not. Right? Because, I mean, it's blatantly obvious the type of moves they're setting up. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately, and they say who should seat them. Yeah. Crisis actors, like I said. I don't think this Black Panther Party is legitimate because they was disbanded. Okay? And when you look up COINTELPRO infiltrated every so-called black movement, man. Okay? From the Nation of Islam to the Black Panthers to the Muslims to, well, not the Muslims, but, you know, even then. But hell, to even the Israelites, man. Like, people say, oh, this is a movement. Ain't no fucking movement. This is an awakening. But even among this awakening, it has been infiltrated because you have spies and agents all around us, man. In all camps. You have spies and agents and all these things, man. Whether they watching us directly, indirectly, whether they in the camp, you know, whether they know of the camp. You have spies and agents all throughout this thing, even in other groups, man. You know, like the IUIC, hey, steer clear of them, man. But it says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But the Most High should shoot at them with an arrow, and suddenly they should be wounded. Yeah, the arrow is the truth. This is why they're so sloppy. It says, so should they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all that see them should flee away. You got Edomites bringing out this information on their ass. And all men shall fear, and should declare the work of Yahweh, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. Okay? So, yeah, the Lord is really revealing his devil for what he really is, you know? Because now they're targeting Gad as well. Sirach 11, and I'm going to start at verses 9. It says, strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. Yeah, this ain't got shit to do with us. Yeah, ICE is harassing the Israelites, man. But they trying to get a reaction out of you, man. But you got Jakes going to aid for this fucking white bitch that got shot in the face. Which I believe she was a insurrectionist, man. I believe she was set up as well. Okay, because I didn't see no autopsy photos. And I mean, they just shot in the car. Who's to say that she really died or they were shooting blanks in there to get you people to rouse up? You know, because a lot of times in crisis acting, they have a group of these people that come out and do shit, man. And they already have it. The props are already set up. You know, it's a mess, man. But it says, strive not in a matter that concern thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. My son, meddle not with many matters, for if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain, neither shalt thou escape by fleeing. So, yeah, all right, the Lord told you. But, you know, Jake, they want to be all into the system. They want to fit in with the system. They're going to fight for it. And you're going to go down with it. Because us, the men of the Lord is going to help us, man. All right. Psalm Isaiah 41:10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power, and I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee, and yea, would I help hold thee with the right hand of my righteousness, man. So the Lord is going to fight our battles for us, man, and he's going to tell us what to do, when to do, and how to do it. And you got to wait for those signs, man, and it will be obvious in that day. But it says, behold, all they that were incensed against thee should be ashamed and confounded. And instead of Jake saying, yeah, we going to pray to our God and wait on the Lord to deliver us, they want to go out and take matters into their own hands, which is going to get them unalived in gruesome ways. They should be as nothing, and they that strive with thee should perish, man. Okay? So I'm going to end it giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Lord's will, you are edified. Until the next lesson. Shalom.